Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Dave, get up over here.
Great.
Okay.
How you guys doing? I didn't know you guys.
Thank you all for coming.
How are you?
How do you see? I love you. Great.
We have enough?
Come on, just enough.
Welcome.
Hey, it's nice
right.
to be here. Thank you for having us. Thank you for coming to Nathan's intervention.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Finland TOTO and to Kokkola-Pietarsaari Airport, first of all.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your Independence Day today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Not his.
Simon's not too happy about it.
Sorry.
Yes.
Almost everybody.
British. Win some, you lose some.
Let's celebrate to Simon being the new queen.
It's not that deep.
You are here to perform in Kokkola tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
On your tour, your 35th anniversary tour.
35th.
Yes.
35th. Sorry.
There is a
35th.
difference, believe me.
We're much older than we look.
How has your tour been so far?
Fantastic.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's really had the best time ever. I mean, a lot of people, surprisingly young people, which has been really nice for us. And it's just all been, it's been very positive for us.
Good. And actually, tomorrow night you are in Jakobstad, and this is actually gonna be the biggest music event ever in Jakobstad.
Really?
Wow.
What's your expectations for tomorrow night?
I think it's going to be the biggest music event ever.
Very good.
No, man, Josh, we're really, the band's never sounded better, so we're really in great form. We've done a lot of shows, so we're ready. Our production, our lights and sound are really, really good. So we want to bring you the best possible show and then have that interaction between making a lot of new friends and having a great event.
Yeah. The band's in a great place. It's playing real tight now. We've been touring for a while now, and it's getting really fun. I think it's starting to show.
I don't think we've ever played where we've had the entire city turn out for our performance like this.
Yeah.
It's always the second to the last show on every tour that's the best.
Second or the last?
Second
Second
to the last.
to the
So that's this one.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
This is the one.
Now the press questions for the band.
Sure. Ask anything, and I mean anything.
Well, the music business.
No.
Next.
Just kidding.
The music business have changed and look different compared to when you started out. What do you think about this progress, if we should call it that?
Good question.
Progress. I'm not so sure I would use that word, but it's different. It's a different technology is so much different. The way people listen to music and share music is completely different. But yet, for some particular reason, we've struck a nerve with multi-generations because of what we do. It's not because of how we look or our fashion sense. It's real honest music played by real musicians without any gags or computers doing the job for us. And for some reason, that seems to be a novelty to younger people these days, and we kind of crack up. It's like somebody go, "Wow, look at this vinyl record! It's like sounds so good." Well, that's what we were used to. So it's very interesting for us to have stayed in the game for as long as we have, survived trends since we were never super in style. We could never be out of style. We just sort of were there. It's like the analogy I like to use is the tortoise and the hare. Like the tortoise just kind of cruises along and eventually wins the race. Well, all this other shit's going on over here. That's the way, that's our passion for our music has always been to take the slow, passionate road.
I had never heard that story. You ruined it for me.
I do that. This is my high school friend, Steve McCarr.
Yeah. Nothing's changed.
That's the other thing. Most of us here have known each other for most of our lives. So.
You all started out as session musicians. Do you still do them sessions?
Yeah, we do the occasional session, some of us more than others, but the session, the whole scene has changed in the world, I think, because of people having their little home studios and everything. But it's fun. Now they're very selective musical event things for us, so it's fun when we get a chance to do them. I can only speak for myself. What about you, Nate?
Well, I think we all we all have been asked to record for other people, and whenever we can, I'm always happy to be involved in different projects, and that's what I got into music for. So always grateful to get the calls, and especially, this one was one that I was especially grateful to get. Of course, Mike Vaccaro, I'm filling in for him, but these are my buddies I've known more than half my life, and it's a joy to go up and down around the world with these guys and play.
Magnus Hansen from the Finnish Broadcasting Company. You've been touring since the 70s, and you still tour your 35th anniversary tour. How would you say that touring has changed if you compare the tours in the late 70s, early 80s?
I think we're all a lot healthier than we used to be. When you're young, you can throw yourself against the wall as hard as you can and get up and laugh. As time goes on, you realize that in order to perform at the top of your level, you have to take really good care of yourself. And I think we've all kind of grown up, and we still have a lot of laughs and have a lot of fun. We're just a lot healthier about in our older years.
Yeah.
Still fun being out touring?
Absolutely.
It's the most fun.
Except for being with him. He doesn't bathe very often, so it's kind of like, it gets a little funky. And like, can you smell it right now?
See him.
Northern Europe.
That's why I did not go to high school with these guys. I was in a different high
You're
school,
just older.
okay? I was just a little bit older,
Yeah.
No, it's so much fun. It really zaps you back in a time machine. It really feels like we're on stage in high school playing together. And that's no joke. It's really so much fun. Anybody that tells you it's not is lying. It's all so much fun. We're very blessed and very fortunate to have fans that keep asking for us to come back here to play. So we are the fortunate ones, and that's what this 35th anniversary is about, is to really thank our fans out here for their loyalty for all these years. And it's so great that parents and aunts and uncles were listening to our music and raised their kids with the music that now listen to us and enjoy us. So thank you again.
We just want to come here and blow your mind.
I want to thank the FBC again, Finnish Broadcasting Company.
Ask some more personal, embarrassing questions.
Johan Salin, Hufvudstadsbladet. You will have a masterclass later this evening for young musicians born in the 90s.
Will we, or?
Yes. No, we are.
Who's doing this?
Who?
With Nathan and myself. That's why it's that's why it's called a master class. Okay?
I didn't hear the Bader part.
Excuse me.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Young musicians.
We're going to play a lot of Steve Lukather songs. It's going to be a very short class. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
As long as you don't have to solo, they'll let you.
Oh!
It's a tough crowd. Come on.
Oh, see, it never goes
Dave
away.
likes to solo a lot, just not in the same key as the rest of us.
Yeah, well, that's how I shake everybody off my tails there.
Filth.
Big-ish. Anyway.
I don't like him anymore.
Much like we were impressed with our heroes or whatever, people we looked up to, we always like to continue to, educate and be a voice to young people and share whatever wisdom and knowledge that we have. So tonight we look forward to, questions and answers, and again, that interaction with some young musicians.
And Shecky Green was not available.
Yeah, it's always fun to turn around to the undergrads and kind of pass on what we were taught ourselves by musicians and stuff. So that's kind of a thing. It's just passing along to the musicians coming up. So it's going to be fun. It's always a joy.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of young women, not so young anymore, about 30 or something. I'm born 82 and later. I personally know two, Rosannas.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because the song has made such an impact.
Really?
Yes, that's true. I heard there's a story.
Did I mention I'm single again?
Well, that's good. No, I'll be sure to report it. I heard there's a story about the song, Rosanna, how you... What happened?
Ask him.
Yeah?
Well, you want to comment on that, Steve?
Sure. We had all met Rosanna at a certain time, and we all fell in love with her. She wound up with me. David wound up writing the song.
Very good. That's it.
That's the short version.
That's the short version.
Yeah, and it's actor Rosanna Arquette, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
She was an actress then before the sex change.
Just kidding.
Dave's
Which sex change? Exactly.
We'd like to move the questioning along a little quicker. God. So,
It's all going to be in print.
yeah, it's
in
all going to
Finnish.
be in print.
Anything else?
When
We're
you
all
said
good.
you sound better today than you ever before, why do you think that is?
I think we're at the top. You know, as you think about music, it's not like sports where you burn out at a certain age, your body can't. I mean, as a musician, you grow, and you keep. I still practice. I still care about this, and as we refined ourselves, and we feel very confident in what we're doing. So it's not like we keep. You know, like at a certain age, you start getting worse. In music, you can still keep reaching new plateaus if you work at it. If you don't care, then you can just press the computer and dance around, and that's cool.
Yeah, but that's what my part of the show. That's what I do. You know.
For myself, I would just say that becoming a parent and taking on those kinds of responsibilities and just simply aging and surviving has just given me a little bit more focus than I had when I was younger. I guess that would be the way I would answer that.
I think we're more appreciative of our career now, so we want to work harder to feel worthy of the success that we've had, and like especially when we come to a place like this, we realize there's very high expectations. Like, okay, you guys, let's see what you got.
It's also more consistency now than it used to be,
for sure.
Especially with our support group and the people mixing our sound, and there's a lot more. It's a lot more consistent, I think, than it used to.
Yeah.
You be the judge. We don't want to hype ourselves. I mean, you come and see what we do. We don't want to say too much more than that. You know?
Is it tightly arranged, or do you improvise on stage?
Both. A little bit of both.
Improvisation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we start out with a blueprint, which is called an arrangement. You know, we listen to the record, and sometimes there's stuff going on that's not even been recorded. And the level of musicianship here is pretty astounding to me when we get into a room. The jumping off level where everybody takes it, and where we end up on stage every night. There's always something new going on stage every night,
We have a great
and it's
deal-
very exciting.
Great deal of fun doing this. You know,
Yeah,
we
it really
communicate
is.
with each other on a higher level. Some of us have been playing together since we were 15 years old.
Yeah.
So there's
Who is making up the set list?
we all
that-
do.
That's pretty much, we listen to everybody here, but I think it comes down to Steve and I have to eventually compile everybody's thoughts here after running it by everybody here, and we're also trying to accommodate 35 years and say, well, we just don't want to play what we've been playing every year, and
We play all the
include-
hits, and then we do the deep album cuts too. You know what I mean? For the fans that have been following us for a long time, we mix it up. There's a lot of songs to choose from over the 17 records we've done.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you still know all the songs?
Our fans test us. We do a little request when we have people at Soundcheck come in, and we have a request thing where people can shout out requests. And I'm pretty amazed sometimes at how well we get through some of the songs we haven't played that were even demos that weren't even recorded on the records, and we try and play some of them. And then there's others where I just draw a blank. I can't even remember, like, how did that song go, you know?
It's weird because as session players, like every day you have to learn a whole bunch of songs and then forget them and play them again the next day. So you learn to retain and lose to make room for it all.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, you kind of have to brush up every now and then. Go, oh yeah, what was that song? But it comes back rather quickly when we get it together.
One of the things I notice is nobody phones their party, and everybody on stage is trying to create and at least play the song with the same amount of enthusiasm and energy. And after 6 weeks being on the road, I even noticed last night like new bits and pieces coming from the guys, and it's really refreshing that nobody just kind of goes on autopilot.
No, we're not walking through it. We actually play with all the heart we got. Because nobody's really coming up to see how good looking. Hey, the girls didn't laugh. Why?
Well, are you ever going to stop playing music?
No.
Never.
No. It's like
Well-
it's like breathing air to us.
It's not like like I mentioned before. It's not like where you have a certain window of time like you do as if you were a professional athlete or something, where you have a window, or if you're a model or something, you have a shelf life of like a certain amount of years, and then you just can't do it anymore. As a musician, Les Paul was a hero of mine, and he was 92 years old and still playing on stage at Carnegie Hall. I had the great honor of playing with him. And some of the people that we work for who are older and our peers, I mean, yeah, you look at people and you go, well, there's no reason to stop unless nobody shows up to the gig. And I think the people tell you when it's time to pack it in. But as long as there's an audience, I mean, what else do we do? I mean, I love this. It's creative things. Painters never stop painting, and then writers never stop writing. So
we don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Do you still have the urge to write new music, record?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Do it all the time.
All the time. Yeah, Steve does a bunch of solo stuff. Steve Bercaro has a big TV series he's doing where he writes original music every week.
Everybody writes. It has stuff, Foreplay, and Simon's career as a solo artist.
Yeah. Joseph.
Do we have any final questions?
Any final questions?
I knew I could get us out of here. I knew I'd get us out of here quick if I just started my routine.
Yeah.
Of all your songs right now, which one is your favorite and why?
Ooh, man, that's tough. There's a lot of songs.
Changes nightly.
It changes nightly.
It changes nightly.
Yeah, but right now.
It's hard to say. I mean, it depends on what, I think crowd reaction inspires us.
Yeah.
I mean, certain songs, like when we wouldn't, like Dave wouldn't, or we don't sit around our house and play our songs. So when we get a reaction in front of a crowd of songs that are favorites or whatnot, it's pretty cool to do that. It's pretty nice to realize something we wrote in North Hollywood ends up in Finland.
Yeah.
It's amazing how music has gone around the globe, and these songs, it's just amazing to me that you just hear songs that we actually did.
Yeah.
I'm still like scratching my head going, wow, how do we pull this off? This is pretty cool.
I love Better World.
Yeah, there you go. He likes that.
It's like a piece, It's sweet. It goes through movements, and it's just. I think it's a great composition these guys came up with.
Really, it's just because he stands on top of his amp.
That's right. I have to.
Yeah, right.
I
love the ballads.
They don't let him do that in Foreplay. Bob James would never have that. Get off that amp. Get off that amp.
Well, they do, but it's a much smaller amp.
They don't even have an amp.
Chuck Loeb's polytone. It's about like down here, right here.
The mini proof.
Yeah. I have to say, "Can't Stop Loving You" because there's a drum solo at the end, and it breaks down into kind of a trio, Zeppelin-y kind of trio thing, where it's the only time on stage where you're going to hear like just a couple guys playing, and I get to stand back and not play during that part, and it's really joy. I don't know whether the joy is me not playing or whether it's hearing such a great drum solo.
Or you just have to go to the bathroom.
No, I leave that for.
We give each other a lot of shit.
Our
rhythm
guitar player.
We've had a lot of time to learn how to mess with each other. A lot of time in airplanes and buses and waiting rooms and backstage.
We're very much siblings.
We never really matured past 16 years old, mentally.
So you pull pranks on each other as well?
As often as humanly possible.
That was a great one, Steve.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Hey, thank you.
Hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow, all right?
And